World. I didn't know you were gonna be here. Welcome back to Alanaya So Chic. Welcome back to Alanaya So Chic, a place where we talk about all things fashion, lifestyle, and of course, y'all already know, DIY. I'm Naishi Richardson, and if you are a new person, you know what you need to do. You need to subscribe. I know a lot of you guys are watching and you're not subscribing, so go ahead and subscribe. I know you can. I believe in you. If you have not seen my other videos, make sure to go ahead and watch those as well. I did some great things with my bathroom. There's some fantastic boho plant container DIYs and just a lot of other cool stuff that you need to be a part of. If you don't already follow me on all my social media platforms, you can find me at Urban Beauty. That's URBAH Beauty. Today, we're talking about one of my favorite rooms in the house. My little baby's nursery. The baby's already here, but we are redoing her nursery. I'm gonna be showing you some paint, and of course, I'm linking, just like always, everything that I purchased for today's reno in the description box below, in case you want to do it for your own little baby. What are we waiting for? Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Obviously, we got work to do. This is what the room looks like before we've done anything to it. Just go in here. On the left side, we have the hamper. We have the crib here. The diaper caddies kind of there. Also have a stand in the corner. Now we have some of her little small things on. The lamp, we'll probably change that out. Here we have the diaper changing station. I have some paper flowers on the wall from my Bretto shower. Her basket there with her little friends, pillows. There's a chair here in the corner. The back of the door, we do have a cubby organizer and mirror. Then her closet is here, and that is pretty much it. This is the before. That's it. I can't wait to see what it is gonna look like. First thing to do is to take everything out of the room in order to get ready to paint. Now that I have the room all the way pretty much cleared out, decided on the actual layout, I'm gonna try some paint colors on the wall. I want to get a good idea of what the color is gonna actually look like when I do the design. I think you guys are gonna like it. These are the colors, and we're gonna actually be doing a mural on this wall. Can't wait to see it. In order to make sure I got it exactly straight, I used the leveler with the lasers that I have, and then used painter's tape to freeform the shape that I wanted to have as a background for the crib. Originally, I used this wooden plate I had to draw a perfect circle, but you'll see later that I didn't want it to be perfect, and so I changed the painter's tape. Then, using the chair as a way of measuring the height, I went to the other side of the wall and began freeform placing the painter's tape to create somewhat of a background behind where the chair will eventually go. Again, this is where I turned that perfect circle into more of an abstract shape just because I thought it looked a little bit better. Then I taped off the baseboards and I got ready to paint. Paint, all white here. Leaving the taped off parts the regular or the old wall color. Real quick, let's do a paint update. So we painted most of the major portion of the wall. The only thing left to do is to do the very top up here near the roof because I needed my husband's help to tape, and so had to do that at a different time. So we're gonna finish that now along the perimeter, and then we'll see you after that. So I don't know if you DIYers already knew about this miniature Purdy roller, but it really saved me. Make sure you get one of these. It was awesome. Thanks, Purdy. Now it's time for the fun part. Okay, so note to self, got this paint and it was super pinky when I put it on the wall, as you can see here. And I mean, I like pink, but I'm not a super pink person. So unfortunately, I was painting at the end of the day and was just like, you know, what the heck? We'll leave it and see if I like it in the morning. Moral of the story, I did not like it in the morning. I went back and got a different salmon color, and look at the difference between these two colors. It was just so much cooler and really matched with the color scheme that I had. So this is what we went with. So I let that other paint dry, and while that was drying, I actually got to do the most fun part. I know I mentioned taking the tape off was the fun part. This actually was cool because I just freeformed it. And if you're creating something like this, just go for it and see what you come up with. I think it was so cool to just kind of freeform the design. You may have seen these kind of murals before, but I really just went with whatever I thought felt cool. And you guys will see the finished product. I believe it really came out great. So just tape away and do whatever your heart feels is right. You know, just go for it. Don't be afraid, just do it. Then once you got that all taped up, go ahead and paint. And again, this is that same salmon color that I have on the opposite wall that I really liked after making a bunch of mistakes. Now that you're starting to get a feel for it, I made just some freeform dots in a darker color. So my theory was to do obviously the beige, you're gonna have your base color. Then I had an even lighter color, which is part of the color scheme. And then I wanted to keep the darker colors a little bit more small and simple. So you'll see I'm taping an additional blob, I guess you can call it here. And then this will be the other browns that I had in my color scheme that you saw at the beginning when we were looking at paint colors. Again, it's never perfect the first time, at least it wasn't for me. And so I went back the next day, didn't like it, changed a little bit of the orientation and the shape, and then finally got this glazed ginger from my previous bathroom remodel. If you watch that, threw some of that in there. As part of this, I only did the inside of the pink shape, and then you'll see right after I touch this up, I actually do a different lighter brown that was part of the color scheme that I had. Again, slightly perfectionist in this. You don't have to be. It's really up to whatever you want to do with your mural. But I finished all of this out and then got the additional brown. And I left just a little bit of white in between the two browns to create somewhat of an artistic effect. So again, whatever colors you choose, I chose to create a contrast with the darker colors and having like the beige lighter and then the salmon color as my bases, but pretty cool either way. I cleaned up the outside as well because it was just looking kind of scratchy and itchy, really is the word it felt like. And so I cleaned it up, made those lines a little bit more clear. This was actually the most frightening part for me because I was like, well, if I do this wrong, I mean, it is what it is. Technically, if you make a mistake on this portion, of course you can just paint over it white, but I really like the freeformness of it in that I just kind of went with whatever came to me. And so I again use a lighter color here, even lighter than my bases, and on both sides of the mural, just kind of freeformed it. Just go for it. Do whatever you feel like is cool in your heart. And then I have a particular design for this wall in mind, so you'll see that a little bit later. Last but not least, I taped a final shape because I'm going to do somewhat of a bluer color. At least I thought it was going to be blue in the beginning, but I did that color and you'll see in a couple minutes when I paint it here. Didn't really like it. Again, I changed the shape, so never be afraid to change things. Even if you paint, you can always start over. The original blue color I used here is Azure Snow. It just felt a little bit too blue for me, and it didn't really go with the other objects I'm going to be decorating and styling in the room with, and so I eventually changed it. Again, never be afraid to change it. If it doesn't work out, just change it. Paint over it. I just painted over it with this darker, more gray color. In all actuality, I mixed black and white together, and that's what I had, and I liked the way that it came out. So the painting part is officially, finally finished. So let me show you what it looks like. Absolutely love it. And then of course on the other wall, remember we did the same salmon color as the middle of the mural over. Yeah. Time to move on. Thank you guys so much for joining me for part 1 of the nursery makeover for my baby. I'm so excited that we got to do the wall mural. It was so exhilarating to be able to do so many different things with all the colors of paint. Stay tuned, of course, for part 2. Make sure you hit that bell notification in order to make sure that you see it when it comes out. I will be doing all of the styling, decorating, and other cool parts of the room. If you like this video, don't forget to like, comment, and share it with your friends. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.